The sun has set, and it is beginning to get dark outside. The museum is now empty, and silence fills the air. What do the museum exhibits do during the night? In the dark museum, it's time for the exhibits to go to sleep. Let's visit each exhibit and help them prepare for sweet dreams. Good evening, King Tutankhamun. You became the king of Egypt when you were just a child. That beautiful golden mask belongs to you, King Tutankhamun. You passed away soon after becoming king, didn't you? But now, it's time to forget everything and rest peacefully. Can you say goodnight to King Tutankhamun and wish him sweet dreams? Good night, King Tutankhamun. Tomorrow brings new opportunities to shine as bright as your golden mask. Good evening, Mr. Armor. You were worn by samurai warriors in Japan when they went to battle. That hard armor protected the samurai from swords and arrows, didn't it? But now, it's time to forget about the battles and rest peacefully. Can you say goodnight to Mr. Armor and help him feel cozy? Good night, Mr. Armor. Tomorrow will be peaceful, with no need for armor. Good evening, Music Box. You were crafted by a skilled artisan. Your music is beautiful, enchanting anyone who hears it. But now, it's time to stop playing and rest peacefully. Can you say goodnight to the Music Box and wish it sweet dreams? Good night, Music Box. Tomorrow your melodies will bring even more joy to those who listen. Good evening, Dinosaur Skeleton. You are just a skeleton now, but once you were a magnificent dinosaur, covered in flesh and skin. After you passed away, your bones were collected and assembled into this display. Your size is truly amazing. Now, it's time to have fun dreams in heaven. Can you say goodnight to the dinosaur skeleton and wish it sweet dreams? Good night, dinosaur skeleton. Tomorrow, people will continue to learn from your ancient strength. Good evening, stone tablet. You are a tablet with inscriptions carved into stone. Your size is impressive, and the ancient letters carved on you are clearly visible. It's time to rest, since no one is visiting anymore. Say goodnight, and let's help you sleep peacefully. Good night, stone tablet. Tomorrow, your wisdom will inspire new discoveries. Good evening, antique pottery. You were baked in a hot kiln for many days to harden. Thanks to the heat you endured, your beautiful patterns emerged. Now, it's time to forget the kiln and sleep peacefully. Can you help antique pottery feel at ease and say goodnight? Good night, antique pottery. Tomorrow, your resilience will inspire the creation of more beautiful things. Good evening, Caribbean treasure. You were sunk by pirates and left at the bottom of the Caribbean Sea for a long time. Many fish swam around you there. Now, you've been brought up by ship and are celebrated as treasure here. It's time to dream of new adventures while remembering the ocean depths. Can you say goodnight to the Caribbean treasure? I hope the treasure has sweet dreams. Good night, Caribbean treasure. Tomorrow, your story of adventure will continue to captivate hearts. Good evening, Buddha statue. You were worshipped as a guardian god in an old temple, protected by many believers. Many people offered prayers to you, and you were honored with gratitude. Now that today's worship is over, it's time for sleep. Let's say goodnight to the Buddha statue, and may it bring peace. Good night, Buddha statue. Tomorrow, your peaceful presence will continue to bring comfort to many. Good evening, antique dress. You were once the star of many grand balls. Ladies proudly showcased their beautiful dresses at such events. Since no one will wear you in the museum, it's time to rest and be at peace. Can you help antique dress feel calm and wish it a restful night? Good night, antique dress. Tomorrow you'll continue to inspire dreams of elegance and beauty. Good evening, scroll. You have been cherished for generations, recording important matters. Thank you for preserving those memories for so long. But now, it's time to forget what's written on you and have pleasant dreams. Please wish the scroll good dreams and say goodnight. Good night, scroll. Tomorrow your stories will continue to guide those who seek knowledge. Good evening, Moai statue. You are a stone statue said to represent a human face from Easter Island. There are hundreds of you on the island, but here in the museum, you stand alone. You've been seen by many, but aren't you lonely by yourself? Now, it's time to remember Easter Island and dream happy dreams. Can you help the Moai statue relax and say goodnight? Good night, Moai statue. Tomorrow, your legacy will remind us of the importance of connection. Good evening, portrait. You were painted by a famous artist, weren't you? Looking at you reminds me of my mother, and it brings tears to my eyes. But now, it's time to sleep peacefully with happiness. Can you say goodnight to the portrait and wish it sweet dreams? Good night, portrait. Tomorrow, your beauty will continue to move those who gaze upon you. Good evening, antique coins. Since gold and silver are rare metals, many coins have been made throughout history. These gold and silver coins are few in number today. Due to fires or thieves, most have not survived. That's why antique coins are so valuable. Now, it's time for you to rest your body and sleep. Can you help the antique coins feel at ease and wish them a peaceful night? Good night, antique coins. Tomorrow, your story of rarity will inspire appreciation for the precious things in life. Good evening, ukiyo-e. You were drawn during Japan's Edo period. Your images of people and landscapes are truly beautiful. Now, it's time for you to sleep. We will say goodnight to ukiyo-e, and may you watch over us. Good night, ukiyo-e. Tomorrow, your vibrant colors will continue to bring joy to those who view you. Good evening, earthenware. You were made by ancient people, fired from clay. You were likely cherished as tableware or cooking pots. Now, it's time for you to rest quietly. Can you say goodnight to the earthenware and wish it sweet dreams? Good night, earthenware. Tomorrow, your craftsmanship will remind us of the beauty in simplicity. Good evening, fighter plane. This fighter plane was used in World Wars I and II. It must have played a major role in many battles. Now, it watches over us as a museum exhibit. Please say goodnight to the fighter plane. It will surely continue to protect us. Good night, fighter plane. Tomorrow, you will stand as a reminder of peace, never to take flight in battle again. Good evening, fossil. You preserve the shapes of animals or plants as stone, remaining just as they were. Through excavation, ancient fossils like you have been found and reassembled. You've been carefully cut from layers of earth and now stand as an ancient specimen in the museum. Please say goodnight to the fossil. It will surely wish us a peaceful night. Good night, fossil. Tomorrow, you will continue to inspire wonder about the distant past. Good evening, jewel. You were collected by royals and the wealthy. Large and radiant, many people come to see you in the museum. Once you were worn at balls, enchanting all who saw you. Now, you rest here peacefully. Please say goodnight to the jewel. Good night, jewel. Tomorrow you will continue to sparkle and captivate the hearts of all who see you. Good evening, mummy. You were carefully preserved so that your body would not decay after death. Only those of high rank were mummified, so you must have been a ruler. Please say goodnight to the mummy. Good night, mummy. Tomorrow, your story of ancient power will continue to intrigue and inspire. Good evening, statue. You were sculpted as a motif of ancient gods. Carved life-sized, your balance is so perfect that you almost seem alive. Can you say goodnight to the statue and wish it sweet dreams? Good night, statue. Tomorrow your image will remind us of the strength and grace of ancient times. Good evening, mammoth. In ancient times, mammoths roamed across many parts of the world. This mammoth specimen was preserved in ice in Siberia. Now, it's time for you to sleep peacefully. Please say goodnight to the mammoth and wish it sweet dreams. Good night, mammoth. Tomorrow you will continue to teach us about the wonders of the prehistoric world. Good evening, lyre. You are the famous lyre associated with Orpheus. Your sound is so enchanting that it captivated all who heard it. You were even honored as a constellation for your beautiful tones. Now, it's time to rest from your performance and sleep. Please say goodnight to the lyre. It will surely play beautiful melodies in your dreams. Good night, lyre. Tomorrow your music will continue to resonate in the hearts of those who hear it. Good night, dear museum. We are all sleeping peacefully under the roof of the museum, having sweet dreams. The moonlight and breeze play a gentle lullaby. Now, close your eyes and let's have wonderful dreams with all the exhibits. Sweet dreams, little ones. Good night, dear museum. Tomorrow the museum will once again be filled with life, wonder, and discovery.